What's up, you guys? K-Mac here, and I'm back doing another video on Tophia. This is a great video. I watched either all of it or most of it while I was at work. Even made like timestamps for myself. Wonderful Tophia Archive. Shout out to her. As always, I'll link her video in my description. Shout out to Santoki, shout out to Heinzbug, and shout out, of course, to Vocal, the slug cat. This video, there's a chapter called Tophia Crashes. Yeah, there it is, right there. I was right on the money. And to describe this as a mini crash out would be a gross understatement. This is a full-blown crash out that lasts from a little bit earlier than this to probably around here, if not till the end of the video. Most of it's about her, like, just screaming about not getting a job, and she gets progressively meaner and more profane as it goes on, which means, like, she's just totally crashing out about everything. All of these topics right here, she's just like going scorched earth, and it's amazing. Someone said that they think she might have finally started drinking and joining the people. And I've said before, from experience, like, you don't think, hey, let me join the druggies over there and using opioids, or hey, let me join the drunks over there and drinking all my problems away if your life's going well, right? I never thought that to myself when my life was going well. Like, hey, I should pick up again because my life's going so great. That's not why. So, like, clearly she's in that spot. But my theory is more that because a lot of it is just like her, like, it says huge ego here. This should just be called refusing to get a job from like here to here. And what I think's happening is she's reached the end of the line with no jobs in real life. So she's at the point now where she won't get housing if she's not working, like if she's not showing verification that she's looking for work or anything. She'll either be just infinitely at the end of the list or not even on it anymore. She'll probably lose a bunch of her benefits because, at least here in New York, when I got like SNAP and EBT, when I worked at like a deli and I was barely making minimum wage, I had to either prove that I was working 40 hours a week, or when I wasn't, like for a little bit, before I got that job, even, like, I had left another job and you had to prove that you were then searching for work 40 hours a week. Tophia does none of those things. And I think she was trying to use the SA stuff as like a way to get more resources. I hate to be really like rude about it and say that, but I think that was one of her reasons for doing it when she did, because I really think she's at the end of the line here. And I think they're all telling her, look, if you don't get a job, and I don't know if she did get kicked out of that religious shelter or not, and if she's at a different one now at this point. Some for weirdo stalkers that are just as bad as her might know. But if she did, like, when she was there, she was saying she couldn't even leave, so she must have pissed off some people, and it sounds like she's gone from there, and it sounds like she might be, like, kind of at the end of the road at this point. That's the impression I'm getting, and that's why she's being so nasty. She's like, this might as well also be called like projection 101. I mean, everything she says is a mirror of herself. Like, she must scream fucking 50 times from here to the end of the stream about, like, why don't you're telling me not to get a job, like her usual, why don't you get a fucking job, you're telling someone else to get a job, that means you must not have a job, so why don't you go get a job? But she gets like so mean and nasty and acidic about it, and it's just awesome because she's just crashing out. Like, she is losing it. She's getting progressively worse mentally, and she's getting like progressively louder about it, and I really think she's on the verge of true under the bridge homelessness. So just like, I really think that's why she's crashing out so hard about it, because there are people in her life telling her now, like, you need to get a job or look for a job, or else none of these things are going to happen. People in reality are now telling her now, not just people on the internet, but like the people who control these lists and stuff. I think that's what's happening. And I think because she can't take it out on those people, obviously, because if she does, like then she has no shot. She came online and took it out on everyone else. Anyway, that's my opinion. Be curious to see if Tophia Archive watches this, what she thinks, because she said I've been right about some stuff, and again, that's just probably some experience having been around some of those places again for the wrong reasons. Not and what's even crazier is that Tophia's there for even crazier reasons, in my opinion. Like the people who I knew there, it's like, okay, like, one of them had just gotten out of jail, and he also had gotten hit by a car. Like, his leg was in a huge cast. Like, he was messed up, and, like, he couldn't work, and just, he was also an addict, so he just fell into it right as soon as he got out of jail. Like, I think he was waiting for the money from the guy who hit him with the car or whatever. I mean, we joked, like, it was, like, right around, I think it was around when it happened to Tiger Woods too, or something like that. So, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So, when Tiger Woods is like. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna start this video in 1 second. Sorry guys, I totally forgot about this. Hope I get to finish it tonight. Anyway, the point is, Tophia is increasingly crazy and unhinged in this one, and I do think she's on the verge of living under a bridge. So, maybe within the next month or two.
This really gave me a disgusted look, and I'm like, I'm bisexual. I just won't give a fuck. I could give two shits what you think. I don't fucking care. Your name is not Tophia Chu. I'm the shit. This is my life. This is my shit.
I mean, that's what we're about to dive into, folks. Come on.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
To be honest, I think I can let a lot of this one play because it's just so, which is kind of like cheating on my part. But I mean, it's otherwise I'm gonna be pausing it every 20 fucking seconds. You guys saw how many timestamps I took already.
Oh, you complain too much. No, you question everything and complain too much. You're either questioning everything or you're complaining. It is what it is. People do take advantage of homeless people. Well, they take advantage of the fact that you're in a vulnerable situation, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what. Of course. What? Yeah.
They know exactly. And some people
that's
have
why
never
they take advantage of
to understand what it's like to be homeless. And you being homeless, you understand exactly what I'm going through because you've been there, right? And to be honest, people literally do take advantage. They know that you're in a vulnerable situation. They know you got no place to go. Sometimes they know you will do anything for a place to live because you got no place.
This is definitely true, but she talks all the time about how she doesn't do this. So.
You need to be here because you got no place to go. You're going to accept it, and you're going to follow every rule that you have to follow because if you don't, you got no place.
Tophia, the solution to that would be if you got a job, you could get you'd have your own money to. Never mind.
So obviously we're just gonna.
We'll get into the job part later.
Accept whatever someone says, even if it's not good, even if it's horrible and hateful, you still because you got no place, right? And then if you speak up and say
you have no place right now.
Oh, you gotta get out. You gotta go.
Well, okay. You're living somewhere else. It's their place. It's their rules. Like, you can't just... Tophia, you can't just live anywhere you want, not pay, and not follow any rules. I mean, that's just not how it works. You can't just go pick a house off of a fucking tree. I don't understand. Like... Yeah.
So in a car fan, and my AC is blowing cold air.
Baffles me.
AC is working. I walked in and man, it was cool. I've been sleeping real good with the AC. So you said when you was homeless, you had a full-time job and no shelter. So you was homeless and working, which proves my point. You didn't have enough money to pay for a place to live.
Okay, the person's point, which I can't see here, but which I'm positive it is that they saved up and then were no longer homeless, which is why they're now telling Tophia when they were homeless, not I'm still homeless.
Literally proved my whole point.
So that literally proves the opposite of your point. it means that they are no longer homeless. If they were still homeless after working for 3 years, yeah, then you'd have a point. But you were totally wrong. It totally disproved your.
That's why I will look at my messages sometimes.
Okay.
People be sending me unsolicited stuff. Even on TikTok, they say, I don't know how TikTok allows people to say stuff. Or there was one time, oh my god, they sent me this photo, and I don't know how they was allowed to send it on TikTok. Because why is TikTok letting people send straight up porn? Someone.
Wow. Tophia didn't know that. Yeah, dude, no one's ever sent that over Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Discord or are you kidding me? What are WhatsApp? No one's ever done that on any of those apps. Sent an unsolicited one. No one's ever done it on YouTube. Are you out of your mind? It happens on every app. What are you talking?
Please explain that.
It can happen to anyone on any app, including getting Rickroll or Goatseed, like, or Lemonade Party for us old schoolers who remember that Lemonade Party.
And they had an apple in it, a green apple. TMI, that was disgusting, man. I was like,
yeah, of course they send
photos like that.
How would they know? How would TikTok know it's in a photo until you report it? You think they're scanning all your messages? I'm pretty. Yeah, you'd be really happy about that, right? So if you'd find a way to complain about that, but you're even though you complain about it right now. Right now, she's, oh my god, they're not scanning my messages and blocking all this stuff automatically. But if her messages were getting scanned and blocked, oh my god, they're scanning my messages and blocking them. See, the government wants you to not know anything, and like chemtrails and some shit. Just fucking out of her mind.
No, I'm not banned on TikTok. Why do you have to?
Once again, if you're not banned on TikTok and it's your hugest platform, why are you not streaming on there right now? I still don't understand it, so
You're working your way up.
it doesn't make any sense.
Dumb. That's what society tells you. You're just as stupid as everyone else that follows the stupid ass laws.
Yeah, we're the stupid ones,
Rich
Sophia.
people don't gotta pay taxes, but you do. But yet you let
Okay,
people.
once again, rich people do pay taxes. It's not even rich people as much as their trusts and estates and corporations that don't pay. Oh, she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't know what she's talking about. This is just nonsense.
Dumb mother effers that don't even
Yes.
have no.
Do I believe billionaires and now trillionaires should pay more than what they're paying now? Yes. And every normal person agrees with that. Anyone who doesn't agree with that is one of those people. Like, just because you hear it online, Tophia, doesn't mean people actually believe that. No one thinks that, a billionaire shouldn't have to pay as much as a regular person. No one thinks that. Unless they're either out of their mind or they're a billionaire. I'm just telling you, Tophia, no one thinks that shit.
No brain whatsoever. They're stupid as F to make more money than you. Tell you that you have to work your way up a job. You are the dumbest person alive.
Yeah.
You listen to stupid mother effers that literally have no common sense.
You're totally right.
And no brain, that are making more money than you, and they're brainless. They're dumb as fuck. And you listen to, man.
Yeah, so Tophia, why aren't you making that money?
What are you talking about?
If they're that stupid, and they can make the money that easily, why are you borderline living under a bridge?
You got the stupidest person in office sold people a $400 gold phone only for them to be told they're not going to receive it or a refund. He's
Okay, so she hasn't even kept up with this. He actually did ship a phone, although to be fair, it was like $100 even phone. There's some scam that Tophia would pull. Oh my god, you guys, I got my own phone. I got the Tophia phone, and she'd drop ship some Chinese POS that cost her $100 for $400. She would this is something she would do. And it is a crazy scam. Obviously it's a gigantic scam, right? I truly believe that if they weren't forced to, they wouldn't have even delivered the drop ship cheap Chinese ones. The fact that there's only 11 flags on it, Tophia, how do you not know that to mock him about it? That there's only 11 stripes on the flag. Excuse me, I said 11 flags before. 11 stripes on the flag. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Oh my god, the Trump phone, the Make America Great Again phone, the American flag doesn't have the fucking right number of stripes, but she thinks that it still hasn't been delivered yet.
Scamming people out of $400.
Yeah, I mean, you could technically say he scammed them out of about $250 if you want to be generous and say the phone actually cost $100 and they would want to make a $50 profit off of it. Yeah, that would. So in that sense, yeah, they overpaid by about $250. So yeah, I mean, yeah, for the people that actually went through it, not just the pre-order, the people that actually went through with the purchase. Once they saw what it was. So what's she talking? Whatever. It doesn't. And running for office? No, Tophia, he's not. See, she doesn't know what she's talking about anything, and she's out of her mind. He's not running for office, Tophia. He is in office. He's our current president. How are you not?
Same man that told people to inject bleach into their
inject.
skin prevents COVID.
Can't even speak English. Can't even speak English.
Stupid mother effort like that, and all these stupid other.
Listen how like vicious and vitriolic and venomous her speech has all of a sudden gotten. And it gets much worse as this goes on. God, I'm already pausing so much. I'm not going to finish this tonight. Goddamn.
Work my way up. What happens when you work your way up to a job? You gotta work how many years before you work your way up to that job? And even if you work your way up there, you may not get up there.
Okay, that's a philosopher,
Tophia.
Tophia.
And they still won't put you in that position.
That's absolutely true. Hey, Tophia, what happens if you never work hard? Just in general. Just you never work. What happens about that? Oh, no, my social media is work. You generally get paid for work. Like, my job pays me a check twice a month, so.
You missed me with that one.
And by the way, she always talks about, oh, you're making corporations rich. I'm not. I'm a civil servant. I work for the government and I work at a school. I'm not working at some fucking for-profit. Like, she's so dumb. She doesn't even realize that shit exists. Like, okay, you don't want to make money for a billionaire. Neither do I. So instead, I take worse pay, slightly better benefits, and work a public-facing job. In fact, everyone in my family, my mom, my dad, and my sister all work either public jobs or we all worked or work public sector jobs where we're in unions. All four of us. My immediate family. So, none of us are out there making some billionaire rich. What, you think a social worker makes... that's not me, one of my immediate relatives. You think they're out there to make a ton of money, Tophia? Like, come on, she doesn't even... How can you not even realize that? Like, that there are jobs that don't exist for the sole purpose of enriching billionaires. It's unbelievable.
I'm not gonna be
you're not stupid, Tophia.
For a company that won't even put me in that position.
See, again, a company, like, not everything... there are jobs at places that aren't whatever.
I go above and beyond for nothing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. She goes above and beyond for nothing. Guys.
I'm not gonna go above and beyond for nothing.
Okay.
Oh, work your way up. And then you're working your way, and they're like, oh, well, you...
I mean, I get a certain pay raise every year, just negotiated by my union. I mean, it's not huge, only a low percentage. But...
I don't need to be bending backwards, bend it like Beckham, for a freaking job that doesn't even care that if I pass away, they're just going to replace me.
You know, one thing I like about my job, despite it paying poorly, is I actually like it, and like most of the people I work with. Honestly, I like all the people I work with for the most part, even if some of them can be a bit, short sometimes. I don't really care. That doesn't really bother me. If someone else is in a bad mood and wants to act that way, that's on them. They're the ones having a bad day, not me. But I like the place I work at. Everyone's really kind and generous, and because no one gets a job at a school trying to get rich. Do you know what I mean? It's like all this stuff that she's talking about. It exists.
They're gonna put my job up and literally ask.
No, if you're in a union like me, your job's not just gonna disappear. You're not just gonna get fired. And if you're a teacher, you're tenured. Like, good luck getting fired. Oh, sorry, guys.
He went up to manager. He had never been a manager, and he got a manager's position. He was doing manager's work at Jimmy John's. He never even worked as a manager.
And watch, we go from talking about Jimmy John's, she goes totally off the chain here in a second.
You see how stupid you sound? Hey, you apply yourself to any job, You prove yourself. You don't have to work your way up. And even sometimes, use your common sense. Stop thinking that you need to conform to society.
You don't have to conform to society, you guys. She heard that from Good Burger, from Ed, her favorite movie of all time. Remember Good Burger?
To make money, you need a piece of paper. You need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, so this is what I'm talking about. She was just talking about Jimmy John's. And now she's talking about you need hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a degree. For the record, right now, if I were to go full-time to my school next semester, which I can't because I work a full-time job at a school, it would be $4,000 a semester. So $8,000 for the year, and I would be done with my degree. So, you know, even if you had started off, I'm older, and I went to community college, and then I, transferred to a school that had a transfer agreement, so I transferred like 100 credits, and even though I had a lot, the college has, has residency requirement, a certain amount of credits I have to take there, so it kind of doesn't really matter. I still have to do that many minimum, which is, a little difficult part-time. But I'm doing it, and at the rate I'm doing it, it'll be done in about a year and change, maybe a year and one more semester, depending on if I can maybe fit in either summer classes or maybe an extra class one semester, so we'll see. But probably about 3 more semesters going part-time the way I am. And so that would be if I'm paying part-time, that'd be it'd just be $6,000 total for me to get from here to that end of that 3rd semester. So 18 credits, $6,000. If I was doing the 24 credits, it would have been, what did I say, for $8,000. So, it literally scales. Because when I took 6 credits instead of 12, it was $2,000 a semester, so that's why I said $2,000 a semester initially. Anyway, God, this video is getting long already. It's already 22 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Why can't you just go get a book?
But she always says that you need hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. No, you don't. Even if you went to my school, and okay, I don't dorm on campus. I don't know what the costs of dorming are, but just the cost of the school for 4 years there, at the cost that I'm paying, and that'd be without any aid, without any Pell Grants, without any federal aid, without any state aid, nothing. Without any of that, it's still only $8,000 a year. Or I'm sorry, $8,000 a year. So, and that's again without room and board. I don't know how much that would be. I don't. I'm older, so I'm not dorming.
Learn what you need to learn.
You can do that. You can do that, but then you need to prove that to them, and that's hard nowadays. Without that piece of paper helps open a lot of doors. I'll just say that, and that's why I'm trying to finish it, even though I'm older, and I do have experience. Excuse me, in that field, like I did an internship and stuff. I probably could have went straight into it, but instead I wanted to finish a bachelor's to, have more possibilities, and also for some other reasons. You can. That's what I do. I'm doing right now. I mean, I have an associate's, I guess. I'm in my bachelor's. I'm a robot stuck to the system, working at a school trying to help educate children.
If you don't go to that job, you don't have a place to live. You don't have food.
Yeah, you don't have a place, Tophia. You're borderline on the streets right now. Again, I think she's going to be on the streets within the next 4 to 8 weeks.
So. You don't have lights. You don't have electricity.
And I think this huge crash out, like her saying all this stuff right now, is her projecting. This is all her projecting. This entire video, she's talking about you don't have electricity. You don't have this. Well, Tophia, you have none of those things. You literally have nothing. You made $11 last month. Like, what are we talking about? $11 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me?
There's so many poor people because they want to keep the poor and the rich.
Yeah, and you got it.
Billionaires don't even have to pay as much taxes.
Oh my God, we've gone over this a million times. They do. Sometimes they find ways around it. Is that wrong? Yes. Everyone agrees that that's wrong. No fucking... I keep pausing to say it. No normal person says that shit.
What about all these evangelists, right?
And all of a sudden she's talking about televangelists. Yeah, tell me all you know about the mega church televangelists, Tophia.
Talking about how you're trying to preach to the people.
Why are you suddenly talking about this? Like, what do you mean connect to you? Are you even a Christian? Like, what do you? Was she ever a Christian? It seems like I feel like she used to say, "Yeah, I believe in God and Jesus," and now all of a sudden it's like, no, I never believed in that shit. You know, like, I don't believe it. Like,
100 windows. Because you preach God, you don't have to pay no taxes.
like, oh my God, she must have heard that somewhere. Oh, you know, tax exempt religious.
I thought the church was supposed to make money. And those are
What? Why would you think? What? First of all, which church? Church of Scientology, Catholic Church, Protestant Church, Episcopalian Church, Presbyterian Church? What are you talking about? Mega donor churches? Yeah, the ones where like they get like a private G5 jet. Yeah, those people are gonna burn in hell if it exists. If what they preach exists, they're going to like not the lowest. Well, depending on what they do, if they're selling ecclesial favors versus just abusing their position, they might be in a lower. Depending on if you believe Dante's Inferno and those how his cantos worked,
because they're not supposed to make money off the word of God, but they do
or how his circles and his cantos worked. Excuse me.
My dad
I'm pretty good about knowing most of them too. One of those is much worse than the other. I'll just say that. Selling the favors is much worse than enriching oneself.
Who do you think you're preaching to? You're not preaching to the choir.
At least back then.
Someone else close the doors, lock the doors. Isn't that what he said? Not crippled dollar, but the other guy trying to say they needed to donate, and if everyone donated, he'd have at least 30,000. You crazy. And then Joel Osteen closing his doors in a flood and denying access to people. And then I heard someone say, well, he closed it because it would have been dangerous. Nah, who cares? If God risked his life, he died on a cross for your sins.
Does she believe that now?
Oh no. Let's stop making excuses for him.
Is she a Christian or not?
You cannot have some preacher stand up there preaching to me that lives in some mansion. You saw the skit that Yuski did. Yuski was not lying. Why are they gonna have all these pyrotechnics? You know what I don't understand? I love Lake. I love Legacy now. As a matter of fact, I take that back. I don't like Legacy at all. Legacy is a big mega church that does nothing for the people. Oh, we're giving back to the kids that go to the that is BS. They put on this gigantic production all the time for Christmas. All this money when you got all these people out here in the homeless. Why don't you take that and help the homeless? What are you doing instead of preaching hatred? They got all these speakers up there. There was one speaker one time that I had to listen to because I had no choice. I had to go to Bible study on Wednesday, right? Talking about how he was going to take the rights away from gay people. And I couldn't say nothing but had to sit there and listen to that. I don't need to listen to that. How you are calling women stupid.
See, here's the thing though, Tophia, if you didn't want to get kicked out of that shelter, you actually did have to sit there and listen to that. You see, that's another benefit of a job, is you don't need to sit there and listen to the hypocritical evangelicals who steal people's money and then preach moral correctness. You don't have to sit there and listen to them. You know, if it was me, I would have told the guy to go fuck himself, got up and left. But you couldn't do that. You literally just admitted that. But thank God you don't have a boss, right? Thank God you don't have a boss, because if you had a boss, you might actually be able to exert your ability to use free speech and say, hey, I don't actually agree with that. But since you don't, and since you're stuck in a religious shelter, you had to listen and sit there and take it and agree with it. And you can't do anything about it because you don't want to live under a bridge. You'd rather live in this horrible, horrible shelter that you've confined yourself to that doesn't even recognize who you are as a human being than get a job. So good for you.
First of all, the lady that is running for...
I'm just gonna let her crash out for a while because we gotta make up some time. You guys were at 30 minutes in the video. We're at 10 on hers.
Something like that. I think it was their Bowman. The passion
And not of a 3-to-1 ratio.
And I hate Steve with a passion. I don't even like that guy. I'm just gonna say I don't like Steve. I don't know why everybody is uplifting Steve. But anyways, that guy is something. He's like they were up there.
Tophia can't figure out how a mega pastor convinced people to give him money.
These pastors believe that women can't preach, that there should not be women preachers allowed. I think that is stupid.
Yeah, I mean of course some of them think that, but also right now isn't one of like the biggest mega church pastors a woman who like is a huge supporter of Donald Trump? I'm pretty sure it's a woman right now, and she's like his like his like religious advisor or something, or like doing something. I don't know, like his religious advisor or something. She's doing some shit with him. So yeah, you're right. Women are just as capable of stealing money from thousands of vulnerable Christians as men. You're very right about that, because that's what she's done. She was like praying for like $1 million for Donald Trump. I mean, like, it was wild. Those were some wild videos.
I need $1 million so I can get
a G5 jet to go preach Donald Trump the word of God.
About politics. And literally, politics should be separated from the church. What does God have anything to do with your ideology? Keep that over there talking about how you're trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, but if your wife had a medical emergency and needed an abortion, you're going to tell her no? Because that...
Okay, well, hopefully a woman wouldn't marry someone that wouldn't let... I mean, unless she doesn't agree with that too. Like, what scenario would that happen? Where, like, a staunchly anti-abortion man gets married to a woman who needs to get one to survive, who is in favor of abortion. Like, how did they get married in the first place if she's okay with it in that situation and he, from the get-go, wasn't? Like, this is just nonsensical. Like, that doesn't even make sense as an argument against or in favor of abortion, which I think should be legal myself, but like, she can't even come up with a coherent argument for that.
Oh, they're trying to stop people. What is it? He was like, oh, they're trying to get rid of all the people in church, and basically we need to procreate and make more babies.
Why would you want to get rid of all the people in church?
On this earth to make babies for men.
Also, who said that? Tell me who said that in what video?
Nobody. I'm not a baby maker. Oh.
Thank Christ, as Santoki would say. Thank Christ, do not threaten to do that. You would fuck that kid up.
You should make all the babies you can.
No, you should make 0 babies. You should fucking... Should I say it? You should get your fucking tubes tied, Tophia. Don't fucking have any kids.
It's disgusting behavior for a man to sit up there in a freaking church and tell women the only thing they're good for is making babies is weird.
I'm curious who said that to you.
I only make babies. I would not make babies. With the way men act.
Yeah, the way men act. I don't believe anyone said that to her, even at the church.
No, you'd be surprised. And it's not only that.
Okay, surprise me. Show me some proof.
He's just hateful. Like that Legacy church. Legacy is really toxic.
She's just ranting about different mega churches now that all equally rip people off. Okay, they're all terrible. So what? What are you doing about it? What the fuck are you doing about it? Except I'm obviously watching and contributing to them.
About Legacy. People don't have to talk about Legacy. I am, because I had to go to Bible study. And that's what.
Oh wow, Bible study again. Hey, you guys, do you guys now think that her quote-unquote therapist, aka her counselor, was once again, as I suggested in one of my previous videos, just a religious counselor that she was forced to speak with as a condition of living there? Does anyone else think I might have been right about that now?
Sometimes they're like, I just didn't like Legacy. You had a guy up there talking about how he's going to take the rights away.
Oh, it really sounds like I was right about that, doesn't it? I heard bullshit.
Nobody cares. Did you know that the place that I was at, all the men there were saying how sad it was what happened to Charlie Kirk and that he died preaching the word of God? That's not what he died. And for you to sit there...
That's not what he died. That wasn't even... That was a fucking fragment. That wasn't even a sentence.
To defend a man that talked about how gun violence needs to happen is crazy. My brother died from gun violence. So I'm not going to defend anybody that sits there and says that gun violence needs to happen in order for people to uphold their Second Amendment, and then say he was preaching, they're trying to take their guns away, trying to take nobody's guns away. If you go about it the right way, you can carry your guns. But it's getting guns into that.
Tophia doesn't realize the irony that he was also the fucking victim of a violent crime. In fact, he was the victim of an assassination by a gun. So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course he knows. I mean, he's dead now, but he went through the same fucking shit your brother did, so... It's not any different. In fact, he was specifically targeted, to be fair. Your brother was unfortunately targeted, sort of through kind of your fault. Let's just be real. I mean, she'd say no. It wasn't my fault. It was my uncle and aunt's fault for not letting me live there because they said I couldn't be on social media, and I obviously have to be on social media because it's my job. So instead of living in a house, we lived in a car. So, kind of your fault.
Other mass shooting at a library, and you want to tell me how that's safe? No one's trying to take your right to carry a gun away. If you go about it the right way, then you don't gotta worry. And the person that said that had mental illness and went crazy. You definitely should not have a gun in your
What
hands.
person that's...
Talk about
What, you were just saying what Charlie Kirk's... What are you talking...
down buildings. Oh,
You were just saying what? You were just saying it in response to Charlie Kirk that no one's actually trying to take their guns away, which I agree with. No one actually is trying to take people's guns away. That's just a fear-mongering tactic. But she doesn't even know how to... She doesn't even know how to verbalize what I just said, so...
They'll burn. Even if you put anything on them, they won't stop burning. What kind of statement is that to make to someone?
What?
We need to be talking about...
What are you talking about? Sorry if I've been quiet, you guys. This is...
You should not be carrying a gun at all.
I mean, Tophia, you've talked about major depression, so you should never touch a gun.
It was the whole thing anyways. But that's the stuff that I had to hear, that I was going to hell, it was wrong for me.
And now we're back to the... Okay, suddenly we're back to the church telling her it's wrong to be gay and she's going to hell.
That's why I couldn't talk about being bisexual, because...
That's why she couldn't talk about it for years, because she was in a Christian shelter for a couple weeks. That's why she never brought it up her entire life before she was in that Christian shelter, you guys. Like, what? Come on. Like, how dumb do you... I don't know. How dumb do you think we are, Tophia? Do you think we're as dumb as you? I think she might think that. I think she's dumb enough to think that we're dumb enough as her. Or we're as dumb as her, excuse me. I don't want to sound dumb.
I was told that it was wrong. And the last person that was open and talking about being non-binary,
blah, blah, blah.
They got the boots.
Blah,
That's why
blah.
when I said, well, I can't really talk about that, I couldn't.
You're right, you couldn't there. You could have at any of the other previous fucking dozen shelters you were at, or any of the times you lived in an apartment or hotel with your family. You could have talked about it then. You could have came out then. There was no one stopping you. But suddenly, as soon as you're at a church that restricts it, oh, you can't come out and talk about it. Oh, now all of a sudden I'm bi. Oh, and I've also been sexually assaulted. And again, I think that, like she admitted, she just got groped by another woman. Like, so like, and again, I'm not discounting that as assault, right? If that's what happened, if we're gonna take Tophia at her word, but why is that all coming out then and now? Like, all of a sudden that you're in this extremely repressive religious shelter, and it's the only place keeping you off the fucking streets. Why are you all of a sudden like, I have to come out and talk about this now? Like, you haven't talked about it in your entire fucking life. Oh, well, I just realized it about myself. Okay. You couldn't have just kept your fucking mouth shut for a little bit longer? Just rant about it on stream a little bit? Like, you did that anyway, so what's the fucking difference?
They were like, oh, it's wrong.
You did talk about it on stream. You did talk about it anyway. You still fucking did it and told everyone. So what are you talking about? You couldn't. You did. Maybe that's why you got put on restriction and couldn't fucking leave, because you didn't listen to the fucking... You're under someone else's roof, right? Whatever bullshit rules they have, even if they're making you go to stupid-ass fucking Christian counseling, which it still sounds like she believes in Christianity, too, like, despite all of this, which doesn't jive with her still.
Bible.
So I don't,
You're just defending the Bible. God does not hate everybody. If you think God hates everyone, then you're judgmental. The same people
Yeah, the
that
Christian
talk about
God's a
others
pretty
are judging
spiteful,
others.
hateful prick.
I walked into Legacy Church.
You ever hear the story about Jesus and the fig tree? I love this one, because one of my best friends growing up, his dad was a pastor. And I was originally Catholic, and after something occurred at church one day, we never went back. And not like molestation or anything like that. Some older lady slapped me in the face when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and the priest did nothing about it. So my mom was like, okay, we're never going back to church there. She slapped me because I didn't put the Eucharist in my mouth fast enough. So just to give you guys some, context on that. I've never seen my mom get as pissed as she was then. This lady just opened up, slapped me, this old lady. And then the priest was like, she's set in her ways. Like, fuck. My mom was like, fuck that and fuck you. So my friend, after that, we went to his church for a little bit before we just stopped going. None of us really believed in it. I never really believed in it. Going to CCD and like those Catholic classes growing up, I'd read that shit. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. This doesn't make any sense. None of this is all nonsensical. None of this is rooted in reality. But one of my favorite stories from the Bible, because I've actually read huge chunks of the Bible, Tophia, unlike you, who just like get whatever Bible quotes you seem to get off of memes or something like that. But there's a great story or a great section in the Bible where Jesus he comes across a fig tree, and the fig tree doesn't have any figs for him, and Jesus isn't very happy about that. The fig tree is barren. Okay, the tree is barren. And so what Jesus does is he curses the tree and he kills it and he withers it and it dies on the spot. So yeah, God and even Jesus, they're kind of assholes. He killed the barren tree. What is that a metaphor for, Tophia?
And this guy literally gave me a
sorry guys,
and I'm like I'm bisexual.
I'm already at 40 minutes for videos for Jesus Christ. I have to get through this.
LGBTQIA plus community. So when I came out as bisexual, I don't understand why 2,000 plus people unfollowed me. It literally made no sense to me because it's
I doubt it had anything to do with that.
You already knew what my page was, so why would you follow me in the first place? I just recently figured that out.
I don't believe that at all.
It's crazy.
I think the reason she lost followers would probably be because she's boring and because she wasn't putting out fucking content.
I got told I was gonna go to hell a lot.
Yeah.
I needed to see.
They told her that, even though she hid the fact that she was bisexual.
My ways, and that being gay is a sin.
Even though she just talked about how she didn't tell. Like, this is why this is gonna take 2 fucking parts, you guys, because I'm just that. Oh, you're fucking killing me, Tophia. You're fucking killing me. You just got done saying that you had to hide that from everyone. So, did you...
Gay people,
whatever.
They're pushing being gay
Fuck
to
you.
other people.
Fuck you.
They're pushing their ideology. It is not Pride Month. It is Father's Month. That's what one of the speakers at Legacy said, that it's not Pride Month. It's about fathers, because absent fathers are the reason why people don't show up to church. No, so messed up. My father is sick. My father is out there with bipolar, on substances. And you're trying to tell me that it's not... Why are you even complaining? What does Pride Month have to do?
You didn't even finish that sentence there. Your father's out there with substances, and they're trying to tell you... And then you just totally went off. See, this is what I'm talking about, her pressured speech and, like, all these other symptoms of her being out of her fucking mind. Literally schizophrenic crazy. Like, she didn't even finish a thought. And she's already talking about something else.
With you. Don't look at it, don't see it, and it won't bother you. You don't need to make a whole speech about how...
And she's just ranting. She hasn't stopped, like, talking for fucking 2 seconds.
This church should be weird AF. I didn't rename it. That's what the speaker at Legacy said. He said it is not Pride Month. It's Father's Month because it's ending the line. And I don't know why, so I just exited out and then completely and redid it. But anyways, I was saying, Legacy is so hateful.
God, we're not even up to the crashing out, you guys.
And mind you, I already know where it was
I'm so
going.
sorry.
I know when some of these speakers are going to go into talking about Charlie Kirk, because they're like, he was a great man, and I was there when I saw him get unalived. And to hang out with him and talk, I'm like,
shut up.
Whatever. And this guy had mentioned something
Shut up about this.
immigrants, which was horrible. And I was sitting there at this church, and mind you, this was at Calvary. And
Yeah, you were just sitting there, Tophia, and what the fuck did you do about it? What did you do about it when you ran into this real hate in real life? What did you do?
I was just sitting there, and this guy says,
oh, you were just sitting there. Cool. We see now what you do in the face of oppression and hatred. It's cool. You didn't say anything to them like, I disagree. No, you just sat there and take it. You know why you did that? Because otherwise you'd be living under a fucking bridge. So.
some horrible stuff. And this girl got...
Thank God you don't have to work a job, right? Thank God you don't have to suffer the indignities and out... This... Whether nobler in their mind is suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. That's how Tophia is.
Remember was like, ooh. And then they were like, they just told her, well, she has a right to her opinion. It's just like that guy, right? Sitting up there saying how...
Yeah, you have that right in, like, the government and you know, like, in public forums. But if you go to a fucking church that's anti-LGBTQ and you expect them to be all tolerant and shit, like, yeah, go find the Westboro Baptist Church and tell them that you're bisexual. Tell me if they welcome you with open arms, Tophia. Are you out of your mind?
borders are a good thing and talking about immigrants, that's your opinion.
Once again, she understands so fucking little about immigration and the
leave the
fucking
United
struggles
States because
that.
white people are immigrants. If you really want to get into it, this is stolen land. This isn't even your land. And you
Fucking hate it. She has no idea what it's really like to be
land that
dealing
you
with
stole
it.
because you were a colonizer.
And you know what? I'm so fucking sick of this too. Okay, two of my grandparents were from Ireland, Tophia. They never owned a fucking slave in their life, alright? They were being oppressed by the British for their entire fucking existence. They were being starved to death and fucking killed, and they were fighting in the fucking Troubles. They fucking both came over from Ireland, okay? Like, it's unfucking believable. And my fucking grandmother is a German Jewish ancestry. They never owned a fucking slave in their life because they lived in Germany up until the early 1900s. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? All white people. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. It's so fucking stupid to just say that. And I agree that slavery is fucking terrible, and I think it's horrible that we're minimizing it in all these fucking states and on a federal level. That's all fucking disgusting. But she doesn't verbalize any of this, okay? She just immediately attacks all white people as fucking slave owners. Even when, in my fucking case, my family couldn't have even fucking owned a slave if they fucking wanted to. Slavery was fucking outlawed in Ireland for fucking hundreds of years. And trust me, they didn't own any fucking slaves in 1920s Germany, alright? I promise you that. So what the fuck are you talking about? And they didn't own any fucking slaves, black slaves in Germany either before that, or Ireland before that either. Like they did here in the US for hundreds of years. That shit was fucking outlawed over there for a long fucking time. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're assuming that everyone who's fucking white, that all their ancestors have been here for fucking 500 years, alright? That's not the fucking case. That's actually very, very unlikely to be the case, since as she so often mentions, America is a country of immigrants. We came over here in huge waves of immigrants. You know, Irish people, Italian people, like huge waves at once. African people, forcibly, in huge waves at once, okay? Like, that's how the immigration happened here. There's probably some fucking people of African American descent whose ancestors have been in this country and on this land longer than my two grandparents who are from fucking Ireland were, okay, Tophia? So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm sorry I paused for this, you guys. This video is gonna take fucking forever. I'm so fucking sick of this, though. I'm so fucking sick of this generalization from her. She just fucking generalizes everyone, and I fucking hate it. She has no fucking idea what she's talking about. She has no fucking idea what it's like to be dealing with immigration like I am. My fucking wife can't even live with me right now. Fuck off, Tophia. Like, I'm so fucking sick of this shit from her. And now I'm just gonna let her fucking rant for a little bit. Because my fucking ancestors were colonized on Ireland by the fucking British, okay? And that's why they fought up until the early 1900s, until they were fucking finally free from the English and formed a Republic of Ireland, okay? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So fucking stupid. You have no fucking concept that there are other people in this world who had to fight and struggle for their own freedoms in a different way, okay? Yes, black people here had it fucking terribly. Am I saying Irish people had it better or worse? I don't know. I wasn't fucking alive then. I know that millions and millions of people starved to death in Ireland during the Irish potato famine. I can tell you that much. So it was pretty fucking bad. Nobody's fucking
the entitlement of white people to think that
all white people. Fuck you. This is I hate this.
You pillaged, rummaged,
yeah,
and
all of us do that.
Yours.
Yeah, we took a lot, Tophia. My Irish ancestors and my German Jewish ones. You know, nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened to them in the 1900s to the 1800s. They didn't all get starved to death by the English who refused. What do you even know about the Irish potato famine? Did you know that every single ounce of beef that was grown in Ireland by like any Irish rancher was by law required to be exported from the continent or from the country, from the island? Like, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Millions of people starved to death. So
a whole generation of people.
That is a whole generation of people. Like, that's what I'm talking about. She has no fucking idea. She doesn't know about that. She doesn't know about the Bosnian genocide. She doesn't know about she doesn't fucking know about the Cambodian genocide, Pol Pot. She doesn't know about fucking Stalin and the purges. She doesn't know about she might know about fucking, World War II Germany because she's not that stupid. Well, I don't know, but
Tried to wipe out all the
fucking
indigenous people
stupid.
by taking
Yeah,
away.
no one tried to wipe out my fucking German Jewish ancestors. Okay, yeah, no one tried to kill them.
Some cattle or some
Ever.
animal that they wiped out. That they live off of.
They fucking came over here, by the way, like maybe 20 years before World War II. You know, they got the fuck out. They saw some writing on the wall. Say that. That's my background. I'm 3/4 Irish and a quarter German Jewish. There you go. From New York. That's very common over here. Not very common, but pretty common. That's my background. Maybe not 75% Irish. Maybe like definitely over 50, and about a quarter, maybe to a third German Jew.
But I'm not telling people. I'm not being a bigot, and I'm not being a Zionist, and I'm not
I
telling
guess
people
grandparent-wise it would be
they don't belong
25%.
These
But
are
I
white
think
people
my
that
sister
don't
did
belong
a
here.
DNA
It would be
test,
different if
and
it was
a little
another
more in
race,
that
but
direction.
a white person telling someone
Either
they
way,
don't belong
like
here
none of
is
my
here.
ancestors
Considering
were
that I'm
enslaving you.
to hear you be hateful. You're trying to preach hateful ideology while using the
I'm
Bible.
not preaching
You're
shit,
supposed
and
to
I don't
read
believe in
directly
the
from the
Bible.
Bible and
So
nothing
again,
else.
it's like
I
these
don't want to hear you try
generalizations
to
that I
back
hate
up
from
your
her.
hateful opinions by using the
Fuck
Bible.
off.
Jesus was an immigrant himself, and you.
This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I'm just gonna let her keep going. She thinks that just because Jesus, she's about to talk right now about how Jesus, he was black and stuff, which I agree. Jesus was born in the Middle East. He had hair like wool, which she's gonna bring that up. Don't worry. And he had skin that was described as bronze, I believe, or not. It wasn't white. Okay, the dude wasn't white. He's born in fucking modern day like Palestine and Jerusalem. All right, like the dude was fucking looked like he was from there. And anyone with half of a fucking brain knows this. But she's about to dive into the fact that makes Jesus an immigrant. So in 0 BC or in I guess like 20 BC when Jesus was born, or 30 BC, I can't remember. Let's say 30 BC. Let's say he was 30 when he died. 30 BC when Jesus was born. Jesus was an immigrant, you guys, because he was a brown person. This might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard, and Tophia's saying it, and this is how you know she's just crazy, right? And she really is crazy, and it's just like pressured speech, and just like she's just talking and ranting, because if she stopped to think about that for half of a second, that makes no fucking sense. Jesus wasn't an immigrant. He pretty much died where he was born in Jerusalem. He died in I'm pretty sure he was born in Jerusalem. Did he not die? No, sorry, he was born in Bethlehem and died in Jerusalem, I think. Either way, it wasn't very far. He's not a fucking immigrant like the way we use the word today, Tophia, but that's how she's about to use it for the next couple minutes. Listen to how many times she calls Jesus an immigrant. Did it once already. Did it once already.
They describe Jesus. Jesus is not described as a white man, nor like preaching against everything that Jesus is about in the Bible. It literally makes no sense. You're twisting and misusing the Bible and then acting as if you're not a false prophet. You get scared, it's a firework. Jesus Christ. My dad's not white, he's black. Like preaching against everything that you against. And preaching against everything that Jesus is, and it makes no sense. Jesus was an immigrant, Jesus is not white.
Second or third time Jesus was an immigrant? Third time Jesus wasn't white.
That photo that they're using of Jesus, and I said this, and you can look this up. Look up Leonardo da Vinci's boyfriend and then come back. That's not a picture of Jesus. That's Leonardo da Vinci's boyfriend that he painted in his own image. Yes, Jesus was an immigrant. Look it up.
Jesus was an immigrant for.
What is in the Bible, and it literally.
Jesus was an immigrant. Tophia thinks because Jesus was a person of color, he was an immigrant. Yeah, Tophia's not racist at all. Are you out of your mind?
It makes no sense. Jesus was an immigrant.
Jesus was an immigrant 6. The counter.
Yes, it does say in the Bible how Jesus looked. It says Jesus had hair of wool. Jesus was dark skinned. He was not white. And if you look it up, it describes exactly what Jesus looked like. It said Jesus had hair of wool.
Yeah, like I said, she said that.
And I know that. Agnostic.
She doesn't even know the Bible, but she knows that. She's also about to get what an agnostic person is totally wrong. An agnostic person is like someone like me who would basically thinks that there is too little information to confirm or deny whether God exists. That's what an agnostic is defined as. She's about to get that really wrong.
Someone that believes in something, and it doesn't mean they don't completely believe in something. That's an atheist. Don't believe in anything.
An agnostic is someone who believes in something. That's Tophia's definition of it.
Even if I don't even need to respond to that, I'll just block you. When the fun expires, well, I have money to pay my phone bill. So let's talk about when you're going to worry about yourself instead of worrying about me.
Yeah.
When are you going to STF you? Like, so you guys need to just...
I don't know, maybe when you get off of Alive,
my phone's not going to expire.
stop ranting and like raving at people.
And an agnostic believes in something, atheists believe in
No, agnostics don't believe we have enough information to prove one way or the other. We're not saying it's wrong, we're not saying it's right. Atheists are saying it doesn't exist. Just to clarify the distinction here.
Like, people believe in the devil. No, that is like, you call those devil worshippers? I forget what they call them.
Yeah, they're called Satanists. Tophia. How are...
Well, it is satanic, but...
Yeah, it's Satanists. Antichrist worshippers, they're called Satanists.
Well, you're not Satanists. You guys are not even evil sometimes when people believe that. Anyways.
You're not even evil sometimes, but people...
Agnostic is believing that it's possible to... No.
That is what it is, yeah. No, you're wrong.
They believe in a spirit, but they don't believe in God.
No, they don't. That's not what an agnostic... She's confusing this with Gnostic. She has no fucking idea what she's talking about. It's so great. She's clueless. That's a Gnostic person, Tophia, not agnostic. Holy shit. That's so bad.
Are you contributing to the system?
Yeah, I am
contributing
contributing
to the system.
Yes,
That
it
is
is paying
literally
taxes.
conforming to the system. You're conforming. You know what conformity is in conforming? You conform to a system that doesn't benefit you. Why would you want someone to work to
You
not be
still
able to afford to
contribute to
live?
it. What?
I'm not going to go to work, so I can't afford to live.
So, okay, if you conform to a system that probably means you contribute to it, right? You don't conform to something you're not throwing in with.
I have to have more than one job to afford to live. I have to pay my car insurance. I would have to buy a car.
How would you know any of
and then I
this?
would have to pay to put
Once
gas
again,
in the
cart
car.
before the
Gas
horse.
prices are so high, and then I
Yeah,
have to
gas
pay
prices are
electricity.
really high.
I have to
Oh,
pay
and electricity
utilities
and
because
that.
some
So how are you
places don't
gonna
have
deal
all
with it?
utilities paid. On top of that,
How do you plan on doing this then? Like,
three times the rent, so you ain't making all of that with just one job.
this is her crashing out, by the
Ain't no
way.
way that I'm working myself to death to work two jobs.
Because like she's talking right now, it's total nonsense. Her math is
You know that people make
totally
$10,000 to post one
nonsensical.
video. They get offered $30,000 for one video. You think
Wow,
I'm gonna
people.
sit here and work to live in the streets, to live out of the car, or to live in a shelter while having to go to work?
You already do that.
Ain't no way I'm going to a homeless shelter and get up every day and go to
You
work
already
and have to go sleep back at a
are.
homeless shelter because I can't afford to live.
You already are.
Am I living off of you? Yeah, you probably pay for my healthcare pays for the places I'm at through my healthcare.
Okay, yeah, what pays for your healthcare? Medicaid. Medicaid is a mainly state-run program, so anyone in New York and New Mexico is mainly paying for it, although it is partially federally subsidized.
Being an adult
But that's why Medicaid varies vastly state to state. Like Medicaid in New York's really, really good. Medicaid in South Carolina is really, really bad. So
being an adult is doing what you want to do.
She wouldn't
and
have
not
any
having
fucking
someone choose
idea
you.
about
You're
any
not
of
my
that.
parent. So you don't get to sit here and tell me what
If
I
you
need
ask
to do.
Tophia
That's your
what
behavior.
if it's mainly funded by
that's
state or federal
If I
funds, she
do
would
what I
have
want to do
fucking
with
she'd
social
look at you
media,
like you had
then
two
why
heads.
does that
What do you
bother
mean?
you
It's
so
all
much?
taxes.
And maybe I'm not making enough money, but who gives a fuck? Why is that your concern whether I'm making
Oh,
enough
she's
money or
finally admitted that she's not making enough money.
not?
Guys.
It is none of your business how much money I'm
God,
making
this
from
video is
social
so
media.
fucking long. It's
It doesn't matter how much money I'm
I'm
making
so
from social
sorry.
media. I'm not getting a job. So maybe worry about yourself instead of worrying about me.
Trust me, I'm not worried about you,
I don't want to
Tophia.
work a 9-to-5 job.
I'm not worried about you. I think this is a key misunderstanding she has of her viewers and the people commenting on her and stuff. We're not necessarily worried about you. Like, I don't know you personally, so you broadcasting yourself out there like this, you're just trying to make yourself essentially like a reality TV star. And guess what? You've accomplished it. I'm interested in what bad shit happens to you. The same way I was interested when Snooki got punched in the face. What do you want me to say? Like, you're wondering why people watch you for that reason? Well, why did people watch Snooki and love it when she got punched in the face? Because she was not a nice person, and it was awesome to see her get fucking knocked down a peg. And you're a fucking horribly nasty person, and you become increasingly nasty and unhinged in this video. But you're already crazy. You're already out of your mind. Your speech is so pressured. You'll like not even finish a topic before you move on to something else. Then you'll jump back to it. Then you'll jump on to stuff. Like she also hasn't she just hasn't stopped talking for fucking 26 minutes now. So.
People that get disabilities,
that's another
make
sign
up to
of
a certain
it. Like,
amount. My dad got disability, so he couldn't make to a
but
certain amount.
do you even get disability?
But people that get food stamps,
She doesn't even get food stamps. Sophia, even I got food stamps at one point when I didn't make a lot when I was working like you could still you don't even get that. So what?
She wouldn't get food stamps.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Not true at all. I'm living proof that that's not true. So
you get about $30 a month.
Yeah, I eventually lost them, and then that was really bad when I lost them because that's also when I had to start paying for my health insurance premium too, and my income hadn't changed at all. So like it actually killed me. But she has no fucking concept of any of that because they're not paying for the marketplace.
Depending on how much you make, which the minimum wage.
Which again, I was essentially getting Medicaid, but I had to pay for a huge portion.
Benefits, housing.
And I need to see doctors frequently, so I had to get like the I couldn't get just the basic one.
And yes, there are some
get like a
programs
pretty
that only
expensive
allow
one.
you to pay 30% of your income, which is great, right? In a sense. In a
Great
perfect
in a
world,
sense.
that's great. But then you've got all these other bills because some places aren't all you.
Wow, Tophia, you have other bills. How will you ever make it? How has anyone ever made it before with other bills? It's wild.
Then you gotta put gas in your car. Then you gotta pay for the insurance in your car. Ain't nobody
Once again, she's jumping all this at once. She's gonna suddenly get a house and a car and a pool and all these taxes and all these fees and shit all at once. Oh, there's no way she could take a bus. Hey, I took a bus for like 5 years. Okay, Tophia, fuck you. You can take a bus. I took a bus for a long time.
Hey, you could just save on gas.
And I didn't live somewhere where it was free. So shut the fuck up.
No, because I would have to take a car in the AC and not pass out trying to get to work.
There's no way that the buses are not air conditioned where she lived. I would bet $1 million on that shit.
No way that I'm risking my life to go.
I would literally go into debt for the rest of my life to bet that the buses are air conditioned in New Mexico.
Is it paying me a living wage while the CEO kicks his feet up on the desk and makes more money than me?
Why bother looking into like a civil service job or doing some sort of job that isn't at a private company where you're making some trillionaire $1 trillion?
And
Those jobs don't
if they're making
exist.
more money than me? I hate when people make this argument when I bring up a problematic content creator or an influencer. They're like, well, at least they're making money. They're making more money than me. I can give to who makes more money than me.
This is where she starts to get really nasty and lose her mind.
Millions of dollars, and you're sitting here trying to combat and call out someone for being racist while defending someone who's racist.
What are you talking about?
Who's very problematic and actually is a racist. It doesn't make sense. So you're a hypocrite.
You're out of your
for
mind.
Racism. You can't call out racism and be for racism. You have to pick one side or the other.
What are you talking about?
You teeter-totter to one side when it benefits you, and then you teeter-totter to the other. So when you don't want someone to hate you, you're going to go against racism. And then when you want to defend someone, you're going to defend racism because it's benefiting you. You don't know what you think.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm totally a racist, Tophia. That's why my wife isn't even the fucking same race as me. Like, this is what I'm talking about. She has no fucking idea who she's talking to or what she's talking about. Yeah, Tophia, I really hate other races. Yeah. How did you know it about me? Just because I'm white? Yeah, that must mean I hate every other race, right? It couldn't be possible that I'm actually married to someone outside of my ethnicity and race, right? It's impossible.
10 toes down on what you thought, you wouldn't be doing this. How does that work? People was here defending Leslie and defending
I don't know
Nova.
who the fuck these people are. Who are you talking about?
Like Christian, I didn't sleep with my mom. I haven't done anything.
No, you're like Christian for other reasons, because you both refuse to work and you scream and bitch and moan and piss and cry and stamp your feet about it. You can't just not work. You have to actively complain about not working while also complain about not getting the benefits of working. So that's how you're similar.
Compare me to very
God, this
horrible
video is
human
gonna be
beings
so
just
fucking
because
long.
I'm problematic. I've never done
So
any of
sorry,
those
you
things
guys.
that
It's already an
people have
hour
done. So
long.
why are you comparing me to a problematic person that has done worse than
You're a
what I have done?
problematic
People are
person. You got
literally
your
making
fucking. Honestly, you kind of got your brother killed. Okay. Let's just be real.
You're using my situation, making up things as an excuse to bully someone. You get off on the
Nobody's making
fact that
anything
you make
up.
people homeless. You get it's
Nobody
enjoyment
made
for
you home.
to see someone in
We
distress,
didn't
and it
make
is
you
very near to
homeless,
you.
Tophia.
And then you go to sleep every night. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up.
You think your trolls are the reason that you're homeless? Be on, like, just be so for real with yourself. Stand 10 toes down, whatever. Like, you're gonna try and say that. Yeah. Okay.
It's true. Yes, you do need an excuse, because if that's the case, then just say, hey, I'm a bully. Well, if you don't need an excuse, then say you're a bully. Say it. Put in the comments, I'm a bully, if you're not afraid and you don't need an excuse.
I'm sure right now, if I was able to see your chat, there's like a gajillion people spamming I'm a bully.
You're not bullying and harassing
I
someone
guarantee
who
there's
don't have a job.
fucking half the chat is I'm a bully, I'm a bully, I'm a bully, like copy pasted a million times. Like it's just like a solid fucking.
I wouldn't even go out there.
It's just like the whole chat box right here is just I'm a bully, like over and
Who said
over
that I'm
and
taking
over.
it out
Sorry,
on anyone?
you're taking it on everyone. Everyone that you've been talking about.
That tells their child that
Also, why is everything with you like, oh, you sound like a parent, you sound like a child? Why can't anything like be any other sort of adult relationship or like any other sort of interaction? Like, you know, like, oh, you sound like someone's boss, or oh, you sound, well, I guess it's because you never
isn't
had
a real job. No one gives a fuck what you think a real job is.
You're right, no one gives a fuck.
If you have to pay your own taxes, and when you work so...
I'm sorry, you think I don't pay my own taxes, bitch? Sorry, what'd you say? I'm sorry, Tophia, say that a little bit louder. You think I don't pay my taxes?
Social media and it's self-employed, that is literally a job when you have to pay your own taxes. So why are you sitting here trying to tell me...
I'm sorry, bitch, you think I don't pay my own taxes just because I work a job? Fuck you, they automatically take taxes out. In fact, I pay taxes regularly, whereas if you work on your own, you can either file them quarterly or yearly, meaning you don't have to pay fuck all of taxes for 3 entire months. So fuck you. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, this is my point. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. I'm getting taxes taken out of my check. I get 2 checks a month, right? So I'm getting cracked for taxes every fucking month. And I get a fucking tax refund too, meaning that, you know, like a lot of the fucking money that comes out of my check for taxes, I get back later, meaning I'm overpaying my taxes. Like, and the past year or two when my tax situation changed dramatically, like I've been overpaying significantly and getting, like, in my opinion, like refunds that are even too large of, like, you know, like one of them was like almost $2,000, just the federal one, which is in my opinion too large. You generally want to owe or be owed within $1,000 plus or minus, because otherwise you're either giving them like an interest-free loan or you owe them money and potentially penalties. Anyway, what Tophia doesn't know about any of this shit.
What you think the job is. I have a job, and you're not going to tell me that this isn't a job otherwise.
Yeah.
You can scream from the rooftops, you can keep coming in my life and tell me to get a job. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, they definitely will keep doing
And I
that.
don't know how many times I've told
Because
you,
you're
I don't
giving
give a
them...
fuck when you tell me that. I don't give a fuck.
See, this is the thing. They understand. You're giving them the response that they want. Oh my god, how do you not know that by now?
You can keep saying get a job all you want. I just won't give a fuck. I can give 2 shits what you think.
Good for you, Tophia. Stick it to the
It's
man.
not that fucking...
Enjoy that shelter where you have to suppress who you are as a human being.
Get over it. It's not that fucking serious. To get a job. Get a fucking life. My fucking Christ. Go talk to a fucking therapist. If you are that upset at the fact that I don't have a job, you need to fucking be on the chick, because you got no life. You're miserable as fuck. You really are.
I'm really not.
Have anything to do with
I'm overall quite. Well, I mean,
I can complain about whatever I want.
big
This is my
issues
life.
in my
You
life,
can't
like I
complain.
mentioned with
You bring a
immigration,
job, I'm
but
just gonna
overall,
block you.
like, I
And you'll
don't
really
hate
shut the
myself
fuck up.
every day.
If you want to come in here,
This chick wakes up and hates herself every day, and I know what that feels like because I've been there when I was using and stuff. That, like, when you're using dope and her, you don't wake up every day like, hey, I love my life and I love what I'm up to right now. You know, you wake up like miserable and like, man, I hate myself. But eventually you gotta change it. And part changing it's, getting a job eventually, so.
and complain, that's on you. You don't have to come in here and complain. Just block
Burn my
somebody.
knuckle hair
And then
like
shut
an
the fuck up,
asshole.
and then you won't have to keep
Go see
complaining
my
every
wife
day.
soon.
That could help you. You don't get to come in here and tell me what I can and cannot complain about.
Stinks, I
Homelessness
hate that.
should not be
Did
a
it with a
fucking
white
thing.
ear
And
like
I
an
am
asshole.
going to say it because rich people love to hoard all the money in the world and they don't have no fucking buddy. Because Elon Musk is not taking the $1 trillion with him to his motherfucking grave.
You're
Elon
right.
Musk
I agree with that. You don't take money with you to the end, but you were talking about $1 trillion here. Like, what? That's not even comparable to like million. Like, you could have $100 million. It's not even in the same ballpark as $1 trillion. Like, of course you can't take that with you. That's beyond generational wealth. That's country level wealth. Okay, that's sovereign nation wealth. But okay, like, it's still like as bad as it is that he's been able to accumulate that much. It's still his. So what the fuck are you gonna do about it besides complain?
a lot of fucking money with him to the grave. What the fuck is he doing with it? There is no reason why a big ass bigot should have $1
Why
million
a
motherfucking
big ass
dollars.
what?
Or
Big
not even
ass
$1 million,
bid?
$1 trillion.
You
You're
got
gonna
the
try to
number
tell
right.
me what I need to talk about. I can talk about whatever I want. It's not your life. Your name is not Tophia Jew. I'm the shit. This is my life. This is my shit.
See, she's totally crashing out. This is not a mini crash out. She's been crashing out like probably since around here, right? You guys, I mean, like,
Don't nobody come to see you, Otis.
she's just crashing out, and I have her sped up now. But when I watched this without her sped up, she actually started talking faster and shit right here. Like, she was talking like she's the motherfucking shit. Like, she's gonna fuck you up, motherfucker. If you can't fuck with Tophia Jew, she's the shit, you guys. It's fucking her channel. This shit's about her. It's not about you. Even though, like, the trolls make, like, trigger her so bad that it becomes about them and not her. So it's really, like, the irony is amazing that she thinks that, when in reality, like, her entire stream is just her crashing out and responding to people. It's not her talking about how great her life is and, like, all these wonderful things. It's her responding negatively to other people telling her to do shit.
I'm the entertainment. You just shut the fuck up and listen. And if you don't,
Yeah, you're definitely the entertainment. But again, it's for the reason it's not for the reason you think. It's for the reason that you're giving us right here. Your reactions, the reactions you give are. I hate the chef's kiss thing, but I mean they're beautiful. You couldn't write a better rage reaction crash out than this. You couldn't.
shut the fuck up and listen. Then I can help you.
This is
I can show
crazy.
you that you're too stupid to even learn how to
Listen,
love
I just
someone.
want to rewind it.
It's not your life. Your name is not Tophia Jew.
Here we go, guys.
This is my life. This is $1 million.
Just right here,
You're
sorry.
gonna try to tell me what I need to talk about. I can talk about whatever I want. It's not your life. Your name is not Tophia Jew. I'm the shit. This is my life. This is my shit. Don't nobody come to see you, Otis. Thank you. Nobody comes to see you. I'm the entertainment. You just shut the fuck up and listen. And if you don't,
No, they're definitely part of the entertainment.
I can show you that you're too stupid to even learn how to block someone if you don't like what someone's doing. And then you think telling someone to get a job is going to entice them to block you. I'm not going to block you because you say get a job. I'm going to let your stupid ass keep commenting that. Because that shows you got no life. You got
No,
no
she's
respect
not.
to
She's gonna
tell someone
block
to get a
her.
job. Get up and get a fucking another job if it bothers you much. Because you ain't working enough. If you was working enough, you wouldn't be worried about me. I am hot shit. When people look at me and say, oh, you're hot.
Yeah, Tophia's hot shit, you guys. The one living in a shelter where she has to lie about who she is and then gets kicked out of there and is now crashing out. She's the shit, you guys. This is crazy. This is what I mean when I say she's crazy. This is absolutely insane.
until you have a video that hits 50 million views.
Wow, you got one video that hit 50 million views, Tophia, a single time. I'm curious what her average views are right now on Instagram. They're probably like a couple hundred.
You can't say shit to me.
Maybe 1,000.
I was surprised that video hit 53 million views.
I have a video that has like 500,000 views. Oh, she doesn't care about views, you guys, even though she wants to get paid doing social media and thinks that it's a job for her where she can get to, hey, don't you guys know that people get paid $10,000 per social media post? You think that I'm be some fucking asshole working out here for other people? Even though, by the way, Tophia, if you were getting paid $10,000 to do a social media post, that means you have a boss. It's whoever's paying you the fucking $10,000. You're so stupid.
I am something. Because you come in this life to watch me every fucking day like clockwork.
I don't go into your live stream. I watch you through the lovely, lovely lens of Tophia Archive and her lovely, lovely eye for editing. Because I could not stand to watch you live or contribute to it or show up to it because you're a fucking miserable, nasty person.
You're not entertaining. You're not that.
I used to play Dota 2 a lot. Like pretty hardcore. My MMR at one point was quite high. At least, like relative to the general population. Like top 10% probably. Not like a pro player or anything, but I was really good. And I stopped playing because I realized like the game was just toxic. Everyone who played it was just toxic and it was just miserable for me. Like it wasn't fun, there was no fun left in it. So I just quit, Like I put probably 10,000 hours, thousands of hours into it. And I just quit. I was like, this is fucking miserable. This shit's making me miserable. And Tophia can't figure that out. She can't figure out something's making her miserable and what to change about it. And what's making her miserable is having to live in these shelters and shit like that. And having to do what she's told. Because she hates doing what she's told. She hates having a boss. She hates doing all that. But the way out of that is to actually find a job so that you can then go live on your own and not like have to, cry and listen to some Christian rant at you for 2 hours every week. Like, what are we talking about here? You'd be able to shower every day. Like, you can't even shower every day, lady, because of where you're at. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine not being able to take a hot shower when I wanted to. It's like that's like a huge motivation for me to not be homeless. I don't know what else to say. Like, that would be wild to me. I don't care if I'm living in a fucking studio apartment as long as it's got a fucking shower in there, like with hot water. I couldn't give a fuck less.
Hear me speak. I don't come to hear you speak or know from somebody. You come here to hear me.
You definitely are, though. You're reacting to them. You listened to everything they said, and now you've crashed out because of it. You listened to them. You did react to them, and you're giving them exactly what they want. And you're too stupid to fucking realize.
Say what I have to say, okay? I am somebody. Because if I were somebody...
Yeah, Tophia's somebody, you guys. She's somebody like Lucas Werner is somebody. And if you know who the Wern is, that you should know what I'm talking about.
Well, if you don't come here to hear me speak, then leave. Then why are you here? Just to stare at a screen and look stupid? I don't go into a live stream and just stare at a screen. If I'm watching a live stream, it's because that person is entertaining, not because I'm sitting there looking stupid.
Sophia, you're entertaining. That's the thing. Just not in the way that you think. You're entertaining in a very different way because you feed the trolls. You just crashed out. That's hilarious. Everything you just crashed out on is hilarious and stupid and amazing.
And waste my life. I've only got one life to live if I live to 100. And I'm not wasting my time.
Oh my god, Tophia thinks she's going to live to 100. I forgot about that. If she lives to 100, though. She's only got... And by the way, this is the sentence she just said. I've only got one life to live if I live to 100. That implies if she doesn't live to 100, she has either more or less than one life to live. That's the sentence she just said. I'll rewind it.
Just so you hear it. That's just stupid. Ain't no way I'm going to sit in a live stream for hours to hate somebody.
Here we go.
And waste my life. I've only got one life to live if I live to 100.
Only got one life to live if I live to 100, implying she might have 2 lives to live if she lives over 100, or less than 1 life if she lives to less than 100. By the way, Tophia, average age in America is about 78, so you're just a little bit younger than me, so we're getting close to halfway there. I'll be halfway there in about 3 years. So.
And I'm not wasting my
You'll be halfway there in about 5.
You'll
You'll be halfway through the average lifespan of an American. And Tophia, the way you live in a shelter and your health conditions and how obese you are and your terrible diet... And by the way, my diet's terrible. I've gained like 20 pounds, maybe or closer to probably 15 over the last year, which is bad. for someone my size. Not happy about it. But I've done that before, like during COVID, and I just went back to the gym and I just fucking like sweated that shit off of me over 6 to 12 months, and I just know that's what I need to do. But like, I also am cognizant of like my other mental health and physical health stuff. Like, could have shortened my lifespan. Me using the way I did or smoking cigarettes the way I did. Like, who the fuck knows? So, but Tophia thinking she's gonna live to be 100 is, I don't know, like quixotic at best and completely delusional at worst. I mean, shit. Again, the average age in America, I think for a male is 76. It might have dropped to 75 actually. Female, it used to be about 2 years older. It used to be about 78. So you're getting there, Tophia. You're getting into your halfway there point. And so am I. I'm not tripping.
Be somewhere, right? I could be somewhere rocking out to music, jamming out. I'm not gonna sit on the live stream for hours and hate on somebody and have no life. Talking about alcohol.
What else do you do all day, Tophia? You sit on your own live stream, ranting and raving and talking about other people's shit. Instead of doing it on someone else's, you just do it on your own. Because they're having fun at your expense, you moron. By the way, I do travel the world, and she's about to say, oh, you could see the Seven Wonders. She doesn't even realize that the Seven Wonders, but they're all gone except for the pyramids of Giza. There's only one Seven Wonder left. It's in Egypt. There's only one to go see. She thinks, oh, you could travel the world, see the Seven Wonders. They don't exist anymore, and some of them, at least the Hanging Gardens, was questioned to ever exist in the first place. Let me see. I always get pissed because I can never remember all 7 of them. We got the pyramids, obviously, the only remaining one. The Hanging Gardens. We've got Statue of Zeus, Temple or Statue of Zeus, Colossus of Rhodes, the Necropolis, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, and I think the other one's Temple of Athena or something like that. Let's just see how close I am, you guys, because I like to actually look up if I'm right about stuff. Unlike Tophia, who just rants and raves at a camera without ever checking anything. So let's see how close I was. No, I don't want the new 7 Wonders of the world, you fucking twat. Here we go. Great Pyramids, I said Colossus, I said Hanging Gardens, I said Lighthouse, I said Necropolis, it's Mausoleum. It is a Necropolis. Statue of Zeus. Oh, I said Temple of Artemis, I said Temple of Aphrodite, I think, right? Or something like that. Did I say Art? I think I got the name of this one wrong. I got the name of those 2 wrong. But I knew what this one was. This is the one I always fuck up. Anyway, the point is, only one of these still exists. This one is questioned whether it ever existed at all. This one definitely existed. They found pieces of it. This one definitely existed. They found pieces of it. This one definitely existed. This one definitely existed. This one definitely existed. So, anyway, yeah, Tophia. Let's travel the whole world, see all 7 wonders.
Of the world, so yeah, you choose to be here and be a hater.
There's one that you can see, the pyramids.
No matter how you try to say you're a fan, you come every day thinking you're a fan. That's fan behavior. Whether you want to paint it not as that, it is. No matter how you try to say it, whichever way it still is, no matter what you try to say. Because you don't like it, the truth hurts. So, yeah. Well, I could call it that, not how to pay money. You guys don't understand. Like, if I was about that life, I could literally just find some man to pay all my way for me. I could take free trips around the world.
See, this is what I'm talking about, delusional. Okay, even if someone messaged her this, it's obviously a catfish, right? It's obviously a troll fucking with her. This is some Lucas Werner, Chris Chan shit. That's why you get compared to them, because you're that level of gullible and stupid. Like, Tophia, no you can't. You really can't, because if you could, you would have. Who would, like, I'm sorry, like, I don't care about your views on prostitution or something. Who would choose to live in a shelter, be borderline homeless, have no money, make $11 a month when a guy's offering to travel you around the world in luxury? Like, it's not in reality. It's not based in reality. That does not make sense.
They're already being had money.
Could
I
already been
specifically
had money. By
can
the way,
have
guys,
someone else
great
pay all
English.
my
I
bills
love
for
it.
me and not have to lift a single finger.
Yeah, she could have done that, you guys.
I don't want to do that. I don't.
She could have, but she doesn't want to. She's just letting us all know that she could. That's why she's saying it. Even though she doesn't want to and has no plans to do it, she just has to tell us about it. Tophia, no, you can't. You really can't. It's not real. This is what I'm talking about, where she's like completely delusional, because I think she believes that shit. I really think she does. I think she's on Christian Lucas Warner level, where she believes that these catfishes and these trolls are fucking real.
Want to do that. If I just don't, I'm not one of those people. I've had people offer to pay my bills, but I don't do things like that. Like, yeah,
Offered to pay your bills? She has 2 bills. So wow, someone offered to pay your like $150 storage and your $80 cell phone bill. Wow, Tophia, someone offered you $250. That's crazy, girl.
don't take me out to things, but like they're like, oh, you exchange contact type or exchange photos and I'll pay your bills. Like, no, I don't do any of that. And it's weird. Like, that's why I don't even check messages, because people are sending unsolicited stuff. It's so gross. They're like, oh my god, I touched this. That's people online. I'm talking about people online. They're really weird. Like, some guy sent me his video, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is why I don't look at my things. It's just like, is what the male mind is. Like, all men think about is sex. And get it, like, you know, I'm not complaining, there's each their own.
Yeah, Tophia, that's all I think about. Sex. All I think about all day. How'd you catch me?
You know, these messages, they be freaky messages, and I'm like, bro. And to be honest, people are gonna probably say, no, but that. I don't need to be sharing other people's stuff. It's just gross. Like, there was this guy on Facebook started sending me, and he's from another country, mind you. He just started sending me pictures of, sorry, I had to check. Yeah, but that's a 1 bedroom. It's my mom. And we got 3 bedrooms worth of stuff in our apartment. And if it was to get a 1 bedroom, which I would need 2 bedrooms, it would look like hoarders, and then they would not allow us to have all of that stuff in a 1 bedroom, considering the fact that some places are real picky.
So fucking keep it in storage. What are you talking about, lady? It's just a bunch of garbage. Okay, if you literally just said it would look like hoarders, why the fuck would you want it where you're living? What is it? Oh my god, she looks like she's having a fucking stroke. And this still... Tophia, why would you fucking take it out of storage if it would turn your house into a 2-bedroom into hoarders? What the fuck are you talking about?
We got a whole bunch of stuff in storage that I'm not even getting rid of. A lot of that stuff is my dad's stuff. A lot of that stuff is my brother's stuff.
So fucking keep it in storage. Don't move it into your house and make it look like hoarders and get evicted. What is fucking wrong with your brain? What am I talking about? She's gonna trash the fucking place. She's fucking gross. Like that. Like my room's messy. It's not fucking garbage all over the floor. You know?
And that's what I'm gonna
I got some fucking recycling, like plastic bottles instead of garbage by my garbage can.
For $200 more, we were paying for a 3-bedroom. So how are you paying $500? We were paying $810.
Well, Tophia, that's because the last time you were paying that was like 3 or 4 years ago now, and the prices for rent have changed. What are you fucking talking about? You haven't paid your rent. You haven't had to pay rent in like fucking 2 or 3 years now. What are you talking?
Before when management took over, they did rent, but we had already been paying that. So that's why our rent didn't get changed, because we were already paying that.
It's not always how that works.
Something wrong if you're paying $500.
It's not
For
always
a
how that
couple
works.
$100 more, we was paying for a 3-bedroom. Work smarter, not harder.
What does what you pay for an apartment have to do with how you work? What? This is what I'm talking about, like pressured speech and like she makes no sense. That has nothing to do with what you were just saying.
But anyways, as I was saying, it's just, I don't have
But anyways, as I was saying.
an issue, right? And here's the thing, I don't want people to get...
I don't have an issue.
I make listening videos. I'm not in heat. I'm not any of that. I'm not trying
Yes,
to
you are.
Sometimes
Yes, you
we're
are.
at that point, but I'm not like that.
Yes, you are.
I do want to have a relationship with you.
You're very much like that. Santoki is right when she calls you in heat. The fact that you're even using those words means that you watch her videos and are now responding to it, which is amazing. Santoki, you're basically the big leagues, alright? Because Tophia is directly responding to you. It's also a hilarious term that I'd never heard before, and it's something only a woman, I feel like, could come up with. So, yeah. Or maybe I just am, like, ignorant for never having heard it when I was younger. I don't know. Either way, yes, you are, and yes, you do.
I'm not weird. And it happens. But I don't understand. And I'm not one of those people that they can't talk about sex, or they're so religious that they say sex is bad. And, oh, that's not, you have to be married first.
You were just ranting before about how terrible religion is and how oppressive it was for you, and now you're saying, oh, I'm not that religious where I won't talk about sex. What? Are you even religious? Like, you're religious when it suits you. What am I talking about? Just like everything. You're fucking bisexual when it suits you. You're a fucking victim when it suits you, which is all the fucking time. And
if the time is right with someone,
suited
yes.
you to.
But why do men think it's okay just to send unsolicited?
Not all men think that, and by the way, women do that too, just at a much lesser rate. It is a much lower rate, but they still do.
And this dude on Facebook, and this other dude.
So, like, what are you talking about? Haven't you sent unsolicited photos? I'm not saying nudes, but just unsolicited photos and stuff to strangers, like, that you thought. I'm pretty sure you've done that.
And I know why he was sending that.
God, look at these videos, dude. You think that you're trying to tell me this isn't a fucking thirst trap? Oh, I'm just lip syncing, shaking my fucking ass, shaking my ass in front of the fucking camera in every video, and licking my lips and fucking batting my eyelashes and twirling my hair. I'm not fucking thirst trapping you guys. Who are you fucking convincing? Who believes you? You're such a fucking pathological liar. It's unbelievable. Even stuff you don't have to lie about, you lie about it. That's how I know you're a pathological liar. When there's shit you don't have to lie about and you still lie about it anyway.
He was sending that to insinuate the fact that that's what he was just trying to say. He was just trying to put that in my head that that's what he wants to do to me. I already know that. I'm not stupid. I don't even know you live in
See, now, this is what I'm talking about with paranoid, too. She thinks someone's trying to put thoughts in her head. And you guys think it's not that... Oh, no, it's not as bad as you just said. It is. It is as bad as I just said. She's just not describing it in the way that you would hear the average person do it. Like, that you think is actually crazy. But she just essentially said that she knows someone else is trying to put thoughts in her head. Just throwing that out there. Like, this is what I'm talking about. She's losing her mind. And everything she said since here has all been projection about not getting a job, about not being able to do XYZ because of having a job, about, like, you can't even fucking live not in a homeless shelter with a job. Like, Tophia, that's all shit you're going through, not the person who's fucking trolling you, alright? I promise you the troll is not going through the same shit as you. I promise you there's no one else in a shelter trolling you. Okay? I promise you that. I promise you that much.
When I got older as a teen, because I developed faster than us and girls. I had big breasts when I was 10.
All of a sudden, by the way, Tophia was super hot and sexy at the age of 10. Just throwing that out there. She's about to say that. She had huge knockers and a huge ass at age 10. At age 10, she's saying that about herself. Are you fucking kidding me? I know girls develop faster than boys, but why are you fucking sexualizing yourself at 10 years old?
And I have a big butt, so especially when I was out somewhere in the shirts I would wear, the men would look, they say eyes up here. That's what it was like.
Yeah, that's what it was like for her. You know, I actually went to school with a girl.
I don't even know, they would just say, hey, do you want to go back?
She had back problems, that's all.
And even when I was younger,
but she had to get surgery.
And this guy, like I said,
back surgery.
Got taken down on Facebook.
I don't know why I have this little bit of like skip and lag that's happening, but I'm not restarting.
He said, this is what I want you to do to me. This older man sending me straight up porn videos on Facebook. This is predator. And I never told my mom that.
Yeah, what a predator. She's laughing. She's literally laughing that she didn't tell her mom about it. What a scary predator, you guys. Some guy on the internet that she never met in real life, that didn't know where she lived because he's fucking homeless, and that never tried to meet her or do anything to her. What a scary predator. I'm shocked and frightened. Oh, well, thank God you reported his account. And it got taken down, so what do you say?
He's gone. I don't need to do the same. And then when I was 15, my friend's brother, and I thought it was...
So she got rid of one guy, so...
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what happened. My friend's brother, we were downstairs and we were watching Hannah Montana, he takes over the TV. He puts on, it was like an episode of Howard Stern, and I remember this. It was disgusting. They were doing stuff with hot dogs, and then this girl, it was a giant we're adults in here, so ain't no PG-13. She was on this giant vibrator thing, and then they were running around just smelling the pad or something. Man, I don't know. Well, it's Howard Stern's obviously he's a perv. He's a pervert. He's the biggest radio pervert ever.
Howard Stern actually encourages perversion on his radio, but he's actually like a huge germaphobe and like quiet person in his private life. He's fucking very much the opposite of the personality he portrays. Unlike you, Tophia, you're exactly like the personality you portray. See, that's the difference. And that's why Howard Stern can get away with that stuff, because that's not who he really is in his home life. He's not. So
that's why they try to take his radio station down. That movie, Private Parts, about him, we just should have watched that when I was younger, but I did. Okay. Anyways.
Even I haven't seen that. Jesus Christ. How the fuck have you seen that, Tophia? Like, I'm so plugged into film and movies, but I'm not a big fucking Howard Stern or, like, pop culture guy necessarily. I just learned a lot about Howard Stern this past year from a couple... There's a channel that makes some really good videos about, like, 90s and 2000 shit. And he did a bunch of shit on... I can't remember right now the channel. I'll have to pull it, like, give them a shout out. But they did some fucking funny ass coverage of Howard Stern. Might have been too lazy to try, maybe. I can't remember right now. I think it might have been them. So, anyway, yeah, I learned a lot about Howard Stern.
On the air because he was so raunchy. They didn't want anything like that on the air.
It's not that they didn't want anything like that.
To watch that. I didn't have a choice. It was late at night. It was going 2 a.m. and then he said her mom didn't like me at the time, so she would have blamed me and sent me home. And I can't be walking home at 1 or 2 a.m.
Really? Of course, she would have. Of course, her friend's mom would have blamed her and kicked her out and made her walk home at night as a. Now she's 4. She said she was 10 before, but now she's 14.
My parents would have literally. Would have not been good. So
what would your parents have done if you? Maybe would they have come pick you up? Like, I don't understand. Like, what would have happened if there was an emergency and you had like they needed to leave? You know what I mean? Like, that'd be the equivalent, right, of getting kicked out. Like, is if they have an emergency and they need to leave and you make you leave immediately. Like, what else would you do? I'm just like, how? Wait, how did you get home then? Wait, if you. None of that makes any sense, because then you either were already getting picked up by them or they were going to take you home. If suddenly they would have kicked you out and they would have just taken you home, like, and if your parents were coming to get you, take you home, they would have just came and got you. None of that makes any sense. Sorry, I just wasted so much time on, like, disproving her, but she's such a pathological liar. Like, that doesn't make any sense, Tophia. Then, okay, so then, how else were you going to get home then? Like, I don't... whatever.
I try to go to sleep, but when you hear things, it's hard not to. And then, his response...
Like, see, she can't even... Her speech is so pressured. She's so rushed and so forced to get out the next sentence. She can't even finish a thought. Listen to this.
So I didn't say anything. I just tried to go to sleep, but when you hear things...
But you hear things, and...
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to, cause...
And
then, it's hard not to, cause, and then. Thanks for finishing that thought, Tophia. Like, she's just, like, the words are just so forced and pressured, and pressured speech is a huge symptom of something.
Literally, your brother showed me this. My brother's in elementary school.
Along with her delusional, you're completely delusional.
This does not make sense. You're telling me a kid that is younger than you. Mind you, my friend's brother was in middle school. We were both in middle school. That's weird. Because I was sexualized as a child. People said gross, disgusting things to me.
Yeah, you're not sexualizing yourself here, Tophia. You definitely aren't in heat by doing this. I fucking hate this video. I hate this butt wiggle. I hate you, Tophia Archive, for making me watch it all the time.
People are gross.
People are gross. This is gross. You're right.
The men that are always like
you are thirst trapping. Like,
you know how to find my dog. There was one guy like that. We were getting ready to go to the grocery store. My mom said, "Wait right here." Me and my brother. And this guy comes up, and that's how they take kids. They kidnap kids, whatever.
Yeah, that's how they do it, Tophia.
He tried to kidnap us, and he was like...
The average kid is kidnapped by a total stranger. It's not like the average kid who's abused or kidnapped is done so by a relative. In fact, I think over 50% of child kidnappings are done by a parent. So.
He goes, "Can you help me find my dog? I lost my dog." And I said, "No."
Yeah. Why bother looking up or learning about what you're talking about, Tophia, when you can just make shit up? I mean, like...
I was smart enough. I
That's
didn't
not
know
how
to go.
most
I
of that
knew
shit
not to go with
happens.
anyone like that.
Most
And
of it
so I told my
happens
mom,
with
she's
someone
like,
the
because
kid
then you didn't
knows.
go with them. Even at that age, I was smart enough to know.
Oh,
But
she was
when it
smart
came
enough
to
at that
me
age.
being essayed when I was 10, I
She was smart enough then to not let it happen, but when she
was
was
just
10,
afraid of getting in trouble. That's
she
why I
was
didn't
afraid
say
of getting in
anything.
trouble.
And it
That's why
sucks
she didn't say
being
anything.
like, I couldn't even be at a bus stop without some guy trying to hit on me or ask me if
It's total. There's no way. She's totally delusional. She's totally delusional. This is crazy. There's no way. This just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to someone, especially someone like Tophia, who is fucking awkward as shit, and who, even now when she gets approached as an adult, like, talks like as if she's a child. There's no way. I just don't believe it, and I quite frankly don't think you're good enough looking. Like, I'm just gonna be. That's a fucking asshole thing of me to say, but I just think it's true. I don't think there are that many people doing it.
I need a ride or anything like that. Men don't even know how to
don't.
talk to women anymore. So crazy.
So, yeah, there are some that are totally into that. That would love to hit that. Yeah, isn't this sexy? But most people don't. Just like Lucas Werner again. He's a fucking like homeless 40 something year old now. You're a fucking homeless 35. Like, what do you think, Tophia? Like, there are men just lining up for homeless women who have no income and nothing to add to the relationship and only things to take? Like, I don't understand.
I had just
What do you think is out there?
when I tried to take my life. And this guy said
Oh,
I
of
looked
course.
like a girl that he used to fuck. What the heck? He's like, you look like a girl I used to fuck. And then that's why he was trying to get with these. Can you go with me to the movies? Do you want to go with me to the movies and be my plus one? Then he started following me on the bus. He got on the bus real quick when I got on and started following me.
But God forbid she take the bus to a job, right? Like she had said over here. Like, she would never take the bus. She needs an air conditioned car. How could she suffer the indignities of riding the bus? Like, you know, like the fucking stupid idiot, you know. Like,
and then there was this other guy too that started following me.
I don't know if people will get. I would. It was going to be extremely sarcastic, but I don't know if people would get the joke.
And trying to act like
Just say like Rosa Parks.
it's just weird.
Because Tophia compares herself all the time, like these like persecuted, like, you know, civil rights people. I was going to compare her to Rosa Parks, but that might have came out the
I don't know
wrong
how
way.
to treat women, and then people wonder why.
Especially by like a middle-aged white guy like me. I was going to make it a
I
joke
don't
though.
want to. Like, it's just too much. You can't even
She's
say
like
no.
fucking Rosa Parks.
And you either get unalived
Riding the
or
bus.
harmed for even just rejecting a man.
I'm sorry,
And then
I
they
still
turn violent
kind
because
of
you
say.
rejected them. Because they were taught to not take no for an answer or no for an answer,
What?
and that if they consistently be persistent, eventually they will get what they want by being persistent. If they keep pursuing a woman that told them no, eventually she's gonna say yes. Well,
The average man, the average man doesn't do this shit. Who has done this to you, Tophia? Show us the receipts of one person.
why do they think a woman?
Because I believe it probably happened to her at least once. But just prove something. Just prove anything to us one time. Give us a shred of evidence once. God damn, guys, this went so long.
Stop asking. Hello, it's not because you
I'm
were
so fucking
persistent.
sorry.
It's because you pushed her
It's a long
to the
ass
point where she got
video.
so bugged that she just said, yes, I'll go on a date with you, even though she didn't really want to.
This is crazy. There's so much to say in this one because she's crashing out so hard.
Oh, and especially if I was a lesbian and I wasn't bi, there's these men that's like, if you have one night with me, you'll just see why you want to be with a man and not with a woman. That is weird behavior coming from you. You
Like, okay, she knows that people have maybe said that before. No one's ever said that to her. Notice how she didn't say anyone said it to her. She just said that people say it. That she knows that people say it. No one's ever said that to her, so.
just already proved why women choose the bear over the man. It's just
But no one's ever said that to you, Tophia. Like, you may have seen someone type that on the internet once. And I'm sure someone has said it, but no one said it to you.
weird.
I'm sorry, I'm still pausing. I should have let this shit fucking end already. I'm over this.
I don't know why people want to call
There's just so much to say in this one.
I get it. Men have their mind. Sex is on their.
Now everything's, oh my god, men are so horrible now. That's all it's gonna be from her for the next fucking 2 months. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Tophia? Men are the problem after everything you've been fucking talking about and saying that you do? Get the fuck out of here.
Their mind all the time. Hey, probably for women too sometimes. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to talk about sex, but I don't really know. I'm not a person. When I make the videos, I'm not. I'm not trying
Yes,
to
you
have
are.
sex. I'm not trying to any of that.
Yes, you
What
are.
I do in my personal time is my personal time, and
You don't do shit in your personal time. You don't get laid. You don't have fucking anyone. You cry about it all the time. It's because you're ugly on the inside, ugly on the outside. You do nothing to improve your situation. You do nothing to improve your life. Your life's a miserable hellscape. And it's a terrible existence. You're miserable. Misery loves company. You try and bring everyone else down to your level of misery and despair. And it's a fucking miserable nightmare existence that you live. And I feel badly for you.
I don't understand why people try to do it in my personal time.
Like, it's just to be totally real about it.
To be honest with you, I'm trying to get a
That's
picture.
it.
I'm not trying to think about
That's
that.
where I'm at. I feel very
The reason
badly
why
for
people
you.
do this, people really do be sending me stuff. They send me unsolicited videos. They literally say, "Oh, I'm touching myself to you online," and they
Sure.
send me videos. They literally send stuff.
They
This
literally
one guy
send
said, "You
stuff.
look pretty with your mouth open," and you look sexy with your mouth open. This weird creepy guy, and everyone starts making a joke and starts laughing with him. That's very misogynistic. So now you're
Who is
you're taking this
everyone?
misogynistic man
Where
and
did he make this joke? Is this some sort of server you might have been in? Some sort of Discord server, perhaps? Some sort of chat server? Where multiple people were there? Like, what are you talking about? Other people heard this and, like, just cheered him on. What the fuck?
weird. Anyways, I gotta
How would anyone else know about that? Unless it's in a chat. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't want it to die on you guys. So have a good day.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Have a good day, you guys. Even though I just said all men are like the fucking devil. Have a good day, guys.
You need to get to bed.
Don't forget to
God, I
subscribe
need to
for
get to
more
bed. It's
videos.
my bedtime now. My last day at work's tomorrow, too. Fucking excited for that. I get to see my fucking wife finally next week. Tophia knows nothing of what it's like to suffer these immigration indignities. It's disgusting. Anyway, that's Tophia, you guys. She's totally crashing out. I predict that she's under, like, a bridge within 4 to 8 weeks. I really do. I predict that she's completely homeless, like, has nowhere to go, and is out on the fucking streets. She'll maybe try and stay with her, like, sneak in with her mom again for a little bit until they kick her out. As soon as that shit's over, she's on the fucking streets. Like, I swear to God, she'll scrape together a few dollars maybe for a hotel for, like, a single night, and she'll be on the fucking streets the next day. Like, I'm telling you guys, she's on the verge. She's right on the line, because she just got kicked. According to everything, she just got kicked out of that other shelter, that religious one. So who the fuck knows where's even left for her? She's already plowed through. What was that already? The 4th shelter? I mean, like, she's in a decent sized city, but there's like no. It's just no after a while. So she won't be able to go away far enough to get to another. Do you know what I mean? Like, she just won't do it, because then she won't be able to go pay at the store, and just like she just won't be able to do it. She's just not capable of doing that type of shit, like moving around to, like, homeless shelters, like, elsewhere. So eventually she's gonna be under a fucking bridge. I'm telling you guys, it's coming soon now. This is her. The reason she's crashing out so hard and projecting so hard is because she's at the end of the fucking line. And I think that the people that she's with are really telling her, like, you got to get a job, or else you're out of all these programs. You're out of here. Like, we're done with you. And since she can't, like, tell them to go fuck themselves, she rants and crashes out to a bunch of strangers telling us to go fuck ourselves for that long instead. So that's my honest opinion. I think that's where she's at right now, why she's crashing out so hard. We'll see. I've been right about a few things, as Tophia Archive, the lovely Tophia Archive, has pointed out. So anyway, thanks, guys. I know this one's really long. I'm so sorry. I meant for this to be an hour and a half tops, but there's just a lot to say. She's really losing her mind. The pressured speech, the total delusional thinking. Like, she's gone, you guys. She's really on the verge. This is her having a fucking total breakdown, and she's really riding the line, you guys. I really think so. Like, of something bad happening, either ending up totally on the fucking street, or like ending up like using or some shit. I don't know, but she needs medication. She really needs to see a fucking doctor about her mental and she's so adamant against medication. Oh, there's so many side effects. You guys know about side effects? So you guys know that medications, especially mental medications, have side effects. She's out of her fucking mind. She needs to be medicated like her dad, and it's more than bipolar. I'm bipolar too. I know bipolar one's worse, their manias are worse, but she's not just manic. And also bipolar people, the reason they're called bipolar is because they cycle. They'll be depressed for a while, then be normal. Then they'll be manic for a while, then be normal. Depressed, normal, or being manic, normal, manic. It depends on it depends on a variety of factors. I'm bipolar 2. I tend more towards depression. I have much milder manias than a bipolar 1 person, and it's a little bit the opposite. But she's never not like this. She's always out of her mind. She's always completely delusional. She thought people were like putting thoughts in her head, and like she thinks all this paranoid shit, that everyone's fucking out against her and everyone's out to get her, and the fucking world's fucking like a paranoid delusion of like rich people controlling everything, and she's just out of her mind, you guys. I'm telling you. And that's why she's going to end up under a bridge, because she has already proven that she would rather live like a complete, total degenerate in a religious shelter where she has to hide who she claims she truly is, rather than work a job and not have to be in that situation. So if she's already willing to degrade herself to that level of like begging a religious shelter that doesn't even accept her as a full human for help, she will live like a complete degenerate on the streets. So anyway, I'm sorry, this is like almost 2 hours long now, but I hope some of it was informative. I hope some of it was funny. Like, man, this was rough, because she was really crashing out, and there's so much fucking to say back to her, especially that fucking all white people, all slavery shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that, Tophia. You're fucking so full of it. You've like how has it affected you? The reason your life is the way it is right now isn't because you might have had an ancestor who was a slave, assuming that her dad is actually black and her mom is Spanish. I actually don't know. Maybe her dad's Spanish, her mom's white. Like, I have no fucking idea. I know some people have said that she's not. She's only one or the other. I don't know. I don't really give too much of a shit. Outside of the point of, like, how has it affected you, and why is it the reason you are where you are now? And the answer is, it's neither of those things. So, anyway, sorry guys, just under 2 hours now. This is super long. Probably, like, maybe 2 people will watch this. I hope Tophia Archive watches this, because I hope she listens to some of my predictions and shit. So, and we'll see if they're right together. Man. Anyways, you guys, that's it. This is my longest video to date by far. Hopefully the audio levels are okay. I'll listen to it tomorrow and see if they are. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, she's out of her mind. I honestly think she's having a mental breakdown and will be under a bridge within 4 to 8 weeks. So, we'll see. Take it easy, everyone. Have a good night. And if you're Tophia, you're obviously not having a good night, but maybe try to, and stop projecting on everyone, and just get a fucking job. None of your problems will be solved without income. If you can generate income without a traditional job, do it. But you haven't proven that you can do that. So that's why everyone tells you get a fucking job. That's it. That's the end of it. There's no more to it than that. Generate income with your fucking social media, or figure out another way to do it, because otherwise you're under a bridge in 4 to 8 weeks. So anyway, that's it. Good luck, Tophia. Like, good luck, girl. But since you are literally the most stubborn, resistant to change motherfucker I've ever heard on the internet, like, that's where you're gonna be. So anyway, see ya.